The next story is called 3 Feet from Gold. It begins with one of the most direct warnings in the book. Napoleon Hill says that one of the most common causes of failure is the habit of quitting when one is overtaken by temporary defeat. That line stayed with me, because temporary defeat can feel very final when you are inside it. The story is about Darby's uncle, who went west during the gold rush days. He wanted to dig and grow rich. After weeks of labor, he discovered gold rock. But he needed machinery to bring it to the surface. So he went home, gathered money from relatives and neighbors, and returned to the mine. At first, it looked like success was near. The first car of ore proved they had one of the richest mines in Colorado. A few more cars of ore would have cleared their debts. Then the big profit would come. But suddenly, the vein of gold disappeared. They kept drilling, desperately trying to find it again, but they failed. Finally, they decided to quit. They sold the machinery to a junk man and went home. But the junk man did something different. He called a mining engineer. The engineer studied the mine and discovered that the gold vein was only 3 feet from where the Darbys had stopped drilling. 3 feet. That was the distance between defeat and fortune. That part made me pause, because sometimes we quit, not because the dream is impossible, but because we do not understand the problem enough to continue wisely. Darby and his uncle worked hard. They sacrificed. They borrowed money. They took action, but they lacked expert counsel. The junk man succeeded because he sought advice before giving up. And this is one secret I uncovered here. Persistence is powerful, but persistence guided by wisdom is stronger. Later, Darby learned from that painful mistake. When he went into the business of selling life insurance, he remembered that he had once stopped 3 feet from gold, so he made a decision. He would not stop just because someone said no. He turned that failure into a method, and eventually, he became successful in his chosen work. The book says that before success comes to most people, they are sure to meet much temporary defeat, and perhaps some failure. That is a hard truth, but it is also comforting, because it means defeat does not always mean the end. Sometimes, defeat is only the test before the breakthrough. Dear Luna, I want you to remember this. Do not quit too quickly. Do not call something failure just because it became hard. And when you do not know what to do next, seek wisdom. Ask, learn, get counsel. Because sometimes, the answer is not to stop. Sometimes, the answer is to understand better. The hidden secret in this story is this: success may be closer than it looks. But temporary defeat tests whether we will quit, seek wisdom, or continue with clearer understanding. Maybe the gold is not gone. Maybe you are only 3 feet away.